Well, I didn't think it was quite possible, but I'm actually at a loss for what I was trying to do today. Because I was going. See, actually, this is actually my low, by the way. See, there's actually an opportunity for me to be featured on one of my favorite YouTube channels. I just need to sort of record and, or video record, like, the answers to a questionnaire that this channel had. But every time I try and get in, it was working before. But, I mean, I probably could have done it like at those times, but, I wanted to wait until I legit had plenty of time to do to do all the questions. Because I was going to answer them in detail. But it's denying me access to the questions. So, I can't really do it. No, well. I mean, in case you guys were wondering, it was from the Grand Line Review, and he actually wanted to make a sort of like video regarding the events of Dressrosa, which I myself have talked about in the past. For those of you who don't know, Dressrosa is the 27th arc in One Piece, I believe. Or, yeah, I think so. No, wait. One was 30. Or it's 26th. I forget what number it is, but at the time it was being produced weekly, it was the longest arc One Piece had ever had, titling in at 102 manga chapters. And I remember reading every single one of them. From March of 2013 to late September of 2015. Yeah, took over 2.5 years of publication. And I read it all, weekly. And understand, it could have been done a little bit sooner. Technically, yeah, but you're not going to get a chapter every week, as you all know. Plus, during this time, Ichiro Oda was undergoing, I want to say, a paratonsillectomy. Hold on. Or maybe it was a peritonsillar abscess, I think is what it was. Yeah, it was a peritonsillar abscess, and he was getting sick from that. And so there was like a 3-week period of time where there just wasn't any manga at all. That was actually quite devastating. But needless to say, I made it through, and so now, having been 6 years at least since Dressrosa ended, it's actually 6 years since it began. Like 6 years. Actually, it's been more than 6 years since it began. But as of September 28th, 2021, it will have been 6 years since Dressrosa ended. I should probably get to my high right of comments before I continue. My high was I got to see my dad yesterday. That was very nice. It was always great to see him, talk to him. And my act of kindness was I ran an errand for my grandmother. She wanted me to get envelopes for her, and so I got them for her. So good morning, happy Friday. We are at the weekend. Yes, it is awesome. And where was I? Right. So basically, there was I think 21 questions that I would have had to have answered before I got to, not before to, but to answer all 21 questions for, recording and everything. And it's like, you click on the link and it says, access denied. It's a Google Docs link. Why isn't it working? So, needless to say, I remember what some of the questions were I remember some of the questions asked in that thing, but I don't want to really get it. Because I'm actually at a quandary here. Because you guys know that at the end of every month, I do an arc thoughts, where I talk about my particular thoughts on an arc in One Piece. And I'll certainly do that for Dressrosa when the time comes. But in a way, every single one of those questions could very well be like my arc thoughts. So, on the one hand, yeah, I want to do it. And I would like to talk about it for you guys. But if I do it now, I'm going to be talking about Dressrosa. Let's see. The post-war is going to be December. Return to Sabaody is going to be January. Fishman Island will be February. Punk Hazard will be March. So, wow. I'm going to be talking about Dressrosa and my arc thoughts a year from now. Do I really want to wait a year, though? Actually, it'll be longer than a year if I were to do it today. Because it'd be the end of the month. The end of the month of April, I mean. So, it's a tough call, but I don't think I'll talk about that today. I can definitely say this. When I do get into talking about Dressrosa, when that fated day comes, believe me, I'm going to have a lot to say. Will it be good? Will it be bad? Will it be ugly? You got to wait over a year to figure it out. Or, you could walk up to me and ask. Seriously, I'm very approachable. Just ask away. But for now, I'll refrain from doing that just yet. So, I'm not going to lie, talking about that sort of made me feel a little bit better. I actually, full disclosure, I got up super duper early this morning for me to be able to do this and take care of other stuff I do on a Friday morning. But now, because I couldn't do that video, I actually have some spare time. I was going to do this. I'm going to make this video no matter what. I guess I could talk about what this weekend will entail for me. For starters, I go to Rita's on Friday. That's definitely not going to change. Although, a week from now, the Dairy Barn is going to reopen. For those of you who don't know, the Dairy Barn is a long-running ice cream shop that was always seasonal, that was always, near my neighborhood. And I have been going all of my life. I'd say the Dairy Barn was the place that introduced ice cream to me, but I don't think that's remotely the case. It's probably the place I've had ice cream the most in my life. I can say that. Don't get me wrong, I've had ice cream at other places, but in terms of sheer volume and number of years I've been going, bare minimum, I'll go once, twice a year. And that's bare minimum. I'll probably be going a lot more than that. So it should be quite interesting to see. Seriously, I remember when the Dairy Barn was as its name suggests, it is a barn. You walk in, and the way the line worked way back when was so crazy. Because the order thing, the place you order your ice cream is right there to your left when you walked in the door. But the problem is there's a line. And so the line went out, back around, all the way back to where the end of the barn was and stuff. Which, not really the greatest sort of format, but for a long time it worked and nobody questioned it. Actually, back then they had pinball machines and arcade games. It was pretty sweet. But, as time went on, they did some renovations and now it's a lot easier to navigate through. Likely when it opens, you're not going to be able to go inside just simply because, COVID-19. So, yeah, it still should be really good. They actually specialize in selling Perry's ice cream, which, for those of you who don't know, Perry's is a very reputable, very good, you know, ice cream product. You know, you can definitely find their products in stores. or, I believe they're like black and blue sort of half-gallon cartons or something. But if you see, but, it's ice cream. I don't know what to tell you. It's simple. It's really good. They have a lot of flavors. Unfortunately, some of the best flavors are the ones you can't find in store. So you gotta hope to find a place like the Dairy Barn, for instance, that can facilitate that. And it does a lot. Seriously, ever since there was a time I didn't go to the Dairy Barn at all, just simply because didn't have the time for it or, forgot or something. But once I started going back a couple of years ago, the gates just opened in terms of ice cream flavors that there were. There was Kahlua, and almond, pumpkin, lemon, birthday cake, superhero, all those flavors. My favorite that I've had, and easily the most I've had so far, is caramel praline turtle, just simply because that's about as close to pralines and cream as you're going to get. For those of you who don't know, pralines and cream is one of my favorite ice cream flavors of all time. In fact, looking back at it, if I were to do a Mount Rushmore of ice cream flavors for me, it's likely pralines and cream would be on that list. And in case you're wondering, yes, I had pralines and cream at Baskin-Robbins, which, fun fact for you, pralines and cream is in the top 5 Baskin-Robbins flavors of all time. I believe the other flavors are mint chocolate chip, pralines and cream, chocolate and vanilla. That's I forget what specifically the order is, but those are the 5. I remember that. But, pralines and cream, it's always been the best. My mom actually introduced me to that, believe it or not. But yeah. So pralines and cream would be on my Mount Rushmore. Birthday cake, I do believe so. But it's got to be a special kind of birthday cake ice cream. The best iteration of birthday cake ice cream I've ever had is from Hershey's, where it's vanilla ice cream with pretty decent sized chunks of cake in it. It's funfetti cake. And it's swirled with vanilla frosting that's been food colored blue just simply because it sort of goes with the theme of birthday cake. It's great. I love that one. That's a great one. Really, I've never met an ice cream flavor I don't like. I mean, I've had ones I prefer over others, for sure. But straight up saying I hate any ice cream flavor, no. Although there was a frozen yogurt product I had once that was honey and cinnamon, which on paper sounded great. And then I tried it and I was not a fan. But that was yogurt, not ice cream, so I'm cool there. What is another flavor in my Mount Rushmore? Oh, right. Salted caramel. Salted caramel should be on there. Dippity Doodahs has a great one. So does Old World Cafe as well. Those are both really great. See, it's really hard to come with Mount Rushmore because I feel there's lots of great flavors. Seriously, there are so many flavors. I actually have cookies and cream and cookie dough in my freezer right now. I love those flavors. I guess I'm thinking about the ones that impacted me in my life, pralines and cream, my mom introduced me to. Salted caramel was the one I tried on a whim when I first walked into Dippity Doodahs. Birthday cake was the first one I told myself yes, this is it. This is amazing. I will never not love this. I can go on and on with so many ice cream flavors. I mean, come to think, because on the one hand, I could put vanilla in my Mount Rushmore, but here's the thing. I wanted to do this Mount Rushmore without the big 3. The big 3 being vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. And no, I won't put Neapolitan in there because that's still technically that. So, I mean, I like Neapolitan, but still, it falls under vanilla chocolate strawberry, and I don't want to do that. Man, bubblegum was also really... Bubblegum, that was a great one. Like bubblegum fruity fetty from Baskin Robbins, that was a great one too. Holy cow. Like, that was the one from that. Seriously, I think my love of ice cream really was shaped from when Baskin Robbins was at the Arnott Mall. It was a really great place. It was. I'd go there to get my haircuts there. Of course, I don't get my haircuts at the mall anymore. I go to Sheer Knowledge in Big Flats. But if ever I found the time to go, and there was a Baskin Robbins that moved to like across the street from the Arnott Mall. If I'm ever in the mood for it though, I'll go for it. Get myself a nice big old thing of praline and cream and definitely sample as many flavors as I like. Or I can, or whatever. So, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Baskin Robbins shaped how I like ice cream. But it was the Dairy Barn itself that, is that cemented, like, image of a place in my head where if I think of ice cream, the Dairy Barn may very well be the place I think of the most. And don't get me wrong. That's not to say, I mean, you're probably, well, if you like ice cream so much, why isn't ice cream on your full course menu? Technically, all frozen treats are on my full course menu. Or the dessert on my full course menu, I mean, for sure. It's just when I think of let's say I were to have all of my items on my full course menu at one time. What makes Rita's Italian Ice the best is just simply because it's a nice, light, refreshing way to end the meal. And don't get me wrong, ice cream can be light too. But with ice cream, you may sort of feel kind of thirsty afterwards. If that makes sense? Like that sort of thick, sort of like coating your tongue sort of thing. It makes you feel kind of thirsty. Rita's, you don't necessarily get that. At least for me. But whether it's Italian Ice or ice cream, Rita's Italian Ice, or the Dairy Barn, or Baskin Robbins, or Dippity Doodogs, or Old World Cafe. Jeez, I could list so many. I didn't even get into Seneca Farms. Seneca Farms on Cuca Lake? I easily could talk about that one a lot, too. So, again, I love frozen treats. What can I tell you? Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button, follow me on social platforms, turn notifications on YouTube. I'm here home in this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. And remember, if you guys want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend you and always be back. Take care and make good choices. Have a nice day.